What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to the Ray channel. Ray supp, R-A-Y space S-U-P-P. I keep hearing these sounds, but I think it's my dog out there humping the pillow. And then right here, it kind of cracks. And then there's some people that live below me. So anyways, back to the lymphatic system, right? So I had the juice. Some of the stuff that when I recap on my videos, I might say something and it won't make sense, but I didn't mean it that way. Like in one of my videos, I was saying about the jump roping aspect. So what I was saying really about that was that see, there she goes, humping away. Get it. You're gonna get a lot of views. We're gonna get a lot of views there, baby. Anyways, it's perfectly natural. So what I was saying about the jump roping, and it was the jump roping aspect and the speed bag, right? So like a lot of that stuff, what I was really trying to say is that helps with coordination and stuff like that, and rhythm, right? But like I was saying, jogging and sprinting, when you sprint, there was this cat that I had met at the Fort Mojave Boxing Center a while back. And I noticed when he was boxing in there, like he was sparring, he was real clean and slick, and he wasn't out of breath. The other fool was out of breath, like, oh, right? And I ended up talking to him, and I told him, hey, dude, I was like, let me ask you something. And he's like, what's up? And I was like, you were like real smooth in there, like real cool. Like you didn't breathe hard, you didn't give out, like you were just like it wasn't shit. I was like, what's the peep? What's the trick? You know what I mean? And he told me that he sprints. And I was like, what does that do? Right? Because I would jog a lot. I would run and jog, and I wouldn't get tired like that either. But he was too fucking smooth, right? Like his something about his cardiovascular. So basically, like when you sprint, like, right, and you run full force, your heart beats faster. You're retaining a lot of oxygen, and you, because you sprint, you go back, you go forward, right? Now, like, it's kind of the same concept of a horse, right? When they run like that constantly, they're conditioned to where they can run, like, let's say, like, at a high altitude or a fast fucking amount of air and all the blood and all that. Your heart is able to be stable. You know, that's why he was in the ring, like, like he was real good. He wasn't out of breath. It strengthened his cardiovascular and his blood and his heartbeat, right? So sprinting's very healthy, but like I said, the jump roping and the speed bagging and all that shit, you can get the same amount of shit out of sprinting and jogging and running and stuff like that, because I mean you can learn to move real well when you're running and jogging and moving and sprinting, right? Like all that rhythm is gonna come in there. Like you could probably practice with that for a bit, jump roping. But like I said, there's so many things how you could look at it. You know what I mean? Like dudes can be really good at jump roping and they do all that fancy shit, or even the whatever, kind of like what I was saying in the last video with Roy Jones Jr. He's like, some people want to beat hand mitts, beat the bag, beat the shadow boxing, beat the jump rope. He's like, but when you get in there, it's a whole different fucking story. You could be a bad motherfucker with the jump rope and the speed bag, and there might be some other dude that can't do none of that, but he could beat your ass, Anyways, I was showing off my beanie here. I got this from my homie Raymond a while back. I wanted to sport it up because I got many of these. I got different types of beanies. But not like these beanies. He got me this tap out one. It was real cool. I don't know, it was weird. Like I felt like I needed to get it, and I was sporting it for a good minute. I'll take this off, give you guys a better view of it. It's got some skulls and stuff, UFC, and then it says right here, which is pretty fucking bitchin', Ultimate Fighter, right? And I guess this was when he was younger, you know what I mean? Like he was the one-hitter quitter, man. I guess he would knock fools out and shit, which was pretty cool to me. Trying to get this right, my bad. There we go. So I mean, I like them. I was sporting them for a while because it gets cold out here. I like wearing them and shit. It's a little stuffed up. Like, these are cool. I like them. Like, you know, if I wear certain things when I go out and shit like that, it matches. It looks really, like, you know, like with the kicks, like these. I was wearing my black ones earlier, but with the white, you know what I mean? Yeah. She's eventually gonna wear down. I took her to the park. She was worn out. Fucking passed out. I'm gonna put this one on for a second because I actually kind of like this one. For some reason, it reminds me of like Russians from like the UK, you know. Not that it's like super cold in here, but it's a little nippy. And then I don't know. I just get tired of looking at my bald ass. And sometimes this kind of brings me into character a little bit. I feel, you know, because you just got the whole cute little face. Anyways, back to the lymphatic system. Like I was saying, okay, I did the research real quick. It took me less than 5 minutes. I already looked it up. The vitamin that I was talking about with this was called lycopene, or lycocaine, or lycopene, or whatever like that. Lysopene, whatever. But that particular thing helps with like preventing cancer, protects the heart, and radical-free damages from your skin. But also, when I was looking at it too, it says something about oxidation, right? So, another thing to add about this, it's really hydrating. So, like, versus water, what I forgot to mention, versus water, it's better to drink that if you're really super hydrated, to drink that shit. So, this, in reality, versus the commercial world, right? If you have this sitting next to, like, a red Gatorade, and they're like, oh, electrolytes, and da-da-da-da. This is the real shit. This is the real shit that will give you electrolytes, will give you energy, will give you fucking speed. If you drink too much of this, you'll be up all fucking night. Just the same way, like, if you eat grapes, you're gonna be up all fucking night. Like, you're like a little girl, you got all this fucking sugar in your blood. But it's natural sugar, but it'll keep you spiked up, you know? What's up, baby? Get your tire, go get your tire. Go get your tire. So, anyways, whether she's gonna hear me or not, I don't know. But she's become like really attached to me now since I'm not really working right now. And oh yeah, baby, yeah, good girl, good girl. Yeah, okay. And she's getting really needy. Like I said in my other videos, it's okay. I'm just letting her spend time. I was kind of a dick anyway a while back. From all the work and stress, didn't know how to handle things, and wasn't really giving her the time of day. But now that we've been spending more time, and I've had time to relax and then just work out and stuff. Now we work together. We do a lot of things. We go for 4-mile runs every now and then. We go to the park. I give her exercise. I work out, and then I'll work her out with the thing, and then I'll chase her and we'll play tag. Like, you know, we'll play tag and shit. But sometimes it might seem like I'm a little mean because I'll spank her on the butt or I'll go like that on the beak. But sometimes I have to give her discipline because if I don't, she doesn't listen. Like, you know what I mean? Like when my mom's walking her, she's very polite. She doesn't tug or anything. But when it's me, she's tugging and pulling, and then she'll go around and tangle me. She does it on purpose. I know she does. Because for one, she's a female. For two, I'm the male. And if I'm not like dominating or leading, you know what I mean? She's like, she'll start punking me and shit. But she knows. She knows that daddy don't play, right? Daddy don't play. Only play with the tired. But anyways, okay, so the lycopene, from what I was reading and researching, this helps open up, like, let's say, like, your capillaries, like, to breathe better, like, right? It pushes it. So I know for 100% fact that helps the actual, like, the lymphatic system. Because if you think about it, like, in the research, like I was saying, a lot of them were talking about dry brushing, right? Which is probably like some tingling sensation that will get the lymph nodes moving. They're called lymph nodes. And that's pretty much like the sensitivity of the lymphatic system, other than the blood vessels and all the other shit. So the lymph nodes is from the tickling aspects behind here, like the sensitive areas, and it starts to like slowly palpitate, and it starts to pump, and the lymphatic system pretty much eliminates all trash, all toxins, all types of stuff. Like I said, especially like right in here, like if you eat a lot of sugar and shit like that, there can be like clogginess of the sugar there because the lymphatic system is getting clogged, and that's why like a lot of Mexican foods, they have a big old panza, you know, and it's because of that whole area. Like some women, they have trouble fucking losing weight right there, or men, and it's because it's sugar based. Like if you have lots of sugar or certain things that will clog up the lymphatic system there, it's gonna accumulate and get clogged. You know what I mean? The other people that eat very less, like maybe they have like a meal a day, or like I said about that one dude, the Japanese dude that I knew from Vegas, he only ate like after like 2 days, he would eat the third day. After 2 days would go by, he would eat the third day. So he would eat like every 3 days. So for the first 2 days, he probably wouldn't, he didn't eat shit, smoke cigarettes, drink water, tea. He was immune to that. He was conditioned to that, you know, being super fucking skinny. He had refined hair, you know, he looked super young. I don't remember his age. He was kind of creepy. I don't know if he did meth or something, but you know, he was really weird. I know he had an addiction to fucking prostitutes, so there might have been some weird shit there. You know what I mean? Like from what I was hearing, I remember we were kind of friends for a little while until some weird shit happened, and I was like, man, I ain't gonna fucking fuck with this fool no more. You know what I mean? Like something fucking mentally fucking wrong with this guy. And anyways. Yeah, he was kind of crazy. So I wasn't scared of him. It was just more kind of like, I'm not gonna get into it with you because it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Like unless you had a million. I don't know. I don't even want to get into it, anyways. But so the lymph nodes helps for the antioxidants of the oxidation that pumps the lymphatic system. It helps, you know, fucking get it moving. And then when I was reading about the cucumbers has vitamin A, B, and K, right? This has vitamin K as well. So you're talking about like beta carotene, stuff like that. I know that it was saying something about I'm trying to remember for the cardio. I think it was saying something about the cardiovascular with the cucumber, but cucumber, like certain percentages of it, like 41% of whatever, like if you're eating it with the skin, it's like it helps with like free radical damages. Like I think it was like I'm trying to remember because I can't log out of this and then go on to the research thing. Give me a second. But as far as I know, it repairs like damaged cells. It pushes out like bad contents of things. Oh, and it's a super antioxidant. It's a super regenerated antioxidant. So like basically the vitamins that are in it, it eliminates bad products or bad oxidation, or like, okay, basically like what the lymphatic system flushes out, like the trash. That's what that does. That's the same thing kind of like what the cucumbers do. It eliminates like trash and shit like that. And then if you think about it, it has a lot of water content, and that's what it was saying. It has like a really high water content, but along with the vitamins, and it's an antioxidant. So I believe that that's what it does. It goes in there, like it works like a filter cleanse when it goes through the lymphatic system, and then when you're drinking the watermelon, that helps pump it and push it. So it's kind of like in a sense of a way, somebody's like right here, and someone's behind him, and he's got a bucket with a mop. And the other fool's like, okay, let's do this shit. And they got a long hallway, right? And he's fucking brushing it. Like, right? He has a push broom. And he's going all the way down the hallway. And the other fool busts out the fucking mop. And he's sweeping it down the hallway, right? That's basically like what that is. One particular thing. And then the other that's added. So you're doing the juice. That's the sweeper. Right? Getting pumping and going. And then you have the one that's... the cucumber, he's the cleaner, right? So that's how I look at it, just from what I was doing on the research. You can look it up and try to understand it and stuff like that, but like I said, certain food groups, certain things, they do certain shit. Like if you have lemon and water, it gives you a lot more alkaline, which means that it'll keep you hydrated. It'll eliminate the acid. Like if people have like a lot of acid reflux, like right, it's because they're super fucking dry. Or they have like so much like coffee. If you do a lot of coffee, like it's gonna kick up your acid. Like your acid that's sitting there, it starts to jump up because you're so fucking, you don't have nothing there. You know, like it just starts to shoot up, and your own acid is like shooting up at you, you know, because everyone in their digestive system has acid. So mainly the way I look at it is like if you're drinking water and lemon, that will the lemon will automatically eliminate anything inside you here that's like like I don't know, like dirty, like if you have dirty food, but like it cleans you out. The lemon is, it works like its own acid, right? Like how do you say? I'm trying to remember the word, like a acetona or whatever, and it like breaks down stuff that doesn't need to be there. Like it's a good cleanser, it's a good cleaner, kind of like peroxide, right? Like there's a lot of dirtiness, you got to clean it up, right? So it cleans that up, but then the water helps you flush, cleans the kidneys, cleans the liver and stuff like that. So that will help alkaline you up so where you don't have acid reflux. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. A lot of these doctors and a lot of these commercial-based type shit, they know these things, but they're the ones that are connected with the people that push out the product. Like, oh yeah, Folgers crystals in your cup. And people drink coffee every morning. You're so accustomed to that. But in reality, they should be pushing out commercials like, oh, lemon and water in the morning, or have some tea in the morning, have some water, you know, like temperature water in the morning. But they want it's commercial, right? Commercial means you buy what they put in front of you. They're going to commercialize it and you buy it, right? Water, air, sex, relation, communication, friendships, marriage, like however you want to look at it, all that shit is free. Land should be free. You know what I mean? They say it's freedom, then why the fuck am I paying tax on this fucking property over here that you said that you own? How do they own that fucking land? You know what I mean? Like really think about that. Like really fucking think about that. There's so much fucking land out here. How come they're not owning that? How come they're not putting a piece of paper on that? How come they're not over here like with their little fucking flag and they're like, oh, I claimed it, right? That doesn't make no fucking sense. You're just accustomed to that. You're just accustomed to growing up thinking that shit. You know what I mean? Like if I went out and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking build a teepee right here, and I'm not going to no grocery store, I ain't working for nobody, I'm just gonna fucking spear everything and eat it myself and find my own water resource. I'm not bugging anybody, right? But then here comes this fucking ranger or this fucking cop, like, what are you doing, right? Because I'm not following in line what they want you to tell you, what they want. Like I said, I've met fools, I know fools that are like, fuck the system, and they go off on the grid, or I even know some dude, okay, he bought a house or whatever like that, but his whole energy source is free. Why? Because he's got those solar panels. He's been working on that shit for fucking years. Saves himself a lot of money, right? He's like, okay, he found a little loophole, right? Yeah, he might still pay his taxes and all that shit. But what I'm saying is that's what I learned from the Shaolin master, Mr. Shahan Lee. He's like, you have to learn to let go of what you know. Learn to let go of what you know. Learn to let go of the concept of what you think you know, right? What does that fucking mean, right? Like women back then, did they wear bras? No. You know what I mean? Like certain shit you have to really think about. Like with the wire, the fabric, like all the shit that we wear, it's bad for you. You know what I mean? Like it fucks up your body. It does something to your body and you don't even realize it. Like some of the clothing, it's polyester. Do you know what polyester is made of? Some of it's fabric and a lot of it is plastic. How the fuck did they do that, right? I looked it up on the fucking research shit, and a lot of people are into the AI crap. Now when I look shit up on the fucking Google, it's AI based first and then Google after, right? I'll read the little AI thing because right now it's okay right now. Like I can read it, but I'm not. That's as far as I'm gonna go. I'll read its bullshit and then I'll go below it if I need to and read the regular Google shit. But in reality, I'm not dabbling with the AI fucking apps or any of that other shit. It's all fucking demonic, dude. Like, you don't think so, but it's doing something. It's reading you. It's learning shit. You know what I mean? It's been around longer before it even actually came out. Like when you're at Walmart, if you ever look at the fucking screens on the TVs and they're like, and it's monitoring your faces and shit like that, they're gonna say whatever they say about it, right? Like what it's really doing, but it's not. That shit has been reading you for days and hours and segments because the thing's trying to learn. They're trying to get it to build its own conscious. That's basically what it is. And once it reaches that level, and once that fucking weird ass spirit goes into it, or whatever the fuck they're trying to do with that shit, especially with the CERN place, the CERN that's like supposedly is trying to collide all this bullshit, or whatever, or a black hole, or whatever. Nah, they're trying to open a portal that will divide the light and day from heaven and another realm for fucking demons to come through and fucking spirits to come through and be like, whoa, right? Like I said, they profess a lot of shit in these movies. If you ever watch fucking The Dark Knight, the first Batman that came out with that Christian dude or whatever, because there was, I think it was the Batman, the beginning of the Batman, The Dark Knight, and then the other one was the one with Bane, right? Whatever the fucking movies are called, I can't remember. But the very, very first one, when he's like with the clan, when they were trying to figure out like there were a bunch of ninja clans that taught the main dude that was like a master or whatever, and he taught the Batman dude how to become like real sword and whatever, right? In that movie, they show a psychologist type dude, and he had this weird like chemical stuff, right? And he sprayed people, and they would go like insane or whatever. That's not what it was. It was basically like it was like a poison that would like really fuck with the mind, and you would see spirits or see things, right? And then they were showing it in the movie that they were pouring shit in the water. Now, if you think about it, and just recently, I don't know if that's what it's really saying or not, but this is just my opinion. But a while back, I remember hearing Trump being like, I'm going to take all the fluoride out of the water, right? And I'm like, well then, okay, you're going to take all the fluoride out, but then what the fuck are you going to put in it? What are you going to really do to it? You know what I mean? So I don't know, man, because in that movie, that food poisoned the water, and then everybody in town was tripping like, ah! Like they were going insane. Like they were seeing shit. They were seeing shit that they weren't supposed to. And to me, that's like demonic shit. That's like demon shit. They were seeing spirits and shit, right? And when I think about it, is that what they're going to put in the water? Or is that just code for the certain thing? You know what I mean? Like, you have to really think about some of these things. You know what I mean? Like I said, these motherfuckers don't just come up with ideas, because most of them are like 99% of the same shit. Like, if you watch Max Payne with fucking Mark Wahlberg, and he took that drug and he's like, ah! And you see those fucking demon things flying around. It's the same shit. It's a spiritual world. That's what they're talking about. Like, when you are lowering your frequency, or something poisons you, then you're more in tune to, on that lower frequency, you'll start seeing that shit. And everybody sees the same shit. Or they hear the same shit, right? It's all the same shit. It's all the same shit, dude. You can't sit here and tell me no, you know, because I've talked to many fucking fools. Like, when me and my sister were living together over here in these apartments, not this same building, but the other one over there, she had a friend that was over. And he was talking about drugs and shit like that, and then about the mirror, he said, yeah, he's like, sometimes like when the people are high and they look in the mirror, they'll see a figment or like a demon or something. He's like, that's the other side. He's like, that's the spiritual world. You know, he's like, that opens the mind somehow, like a opening. But if you think about it, if you read the Bible, right, there, the actual real story that's pertaining between what's his name? I think it was Cain and Abel, right? And Cain and Abel came to him with blessings, right? And God denied one and accepted the other. But when you read it, you're like, why wouldn't he accept like fruit and shit? Why is he accepting this food and all that? It's written backwards, right? It's man written. Man written, it's written backwards. So basically, from what I was looking into the research, I go on to Quora, and you can find certain other individuals that found something out. And when you read it, you're like, oh, that makes a lot of fucking sense, right? Some other people, they'll bullshit on there, and you can always tell. Like, if you got a pimp bone in your body and you kind of thugging it, you know who's being real and who's fucking talking shit and who's lying, right? So this fool was like, basically, what that whole story was entailing is about what's real that God accepts, right? Like, real shit for your body. Real juice, real apples, real fucking fruit. Real vegetables, the real shit that's for your body that keeps you elevated and pumped up where you're positive, on the positive frequency. Now, the reason why God denied Cain was because he came to him with all these fruits and sugars. That's what that was. It wasn't real fruit. It was basically like candy and cookies and shit like that. That the shit that they put up nowadays, that's what God's telling you. Don't drink these energy drinks. Don't drink these fucking sodas. Don't drink this. Don't eat that, right? Because it fucks up your body. It fucks up your temple. And then if you're drinking, right, it follows into a lot of other shit. like all those foods and drinks and shit like that. Like, okay, like for me, like if I drink too many energy drinks or I drink a lot of Coca-Cola, something will trigger me where I'm like, man, I want to drink now, or I want to smoke a cigarette, right? And I remember talking to somebody that told me, hey, when you drink Coke, he's all, I studied about it. He's like, there's something in it that opens up your brain, or it does something to your chemistry, and it makes you want to do other things, right? It makes sense. It really does, because food will respond to you, right? Like if you have like menudo or pozole, all of a sudden you're like, you want to fall asleep. Why do you fucking want to fall asleep, right? It's not good for you. In reality, it's not good for you. It's basically like a lower vibration of food that you eat, and it's slumping you down and it slows you down. Now, like if you eat some apples and oranges and bananas, and then you're like, wow, like you're energized, right? Like you had that for breakfast, you're gonna be all out, working hard, being all proficient or being, efficient. And then, when you come home, like after work, you still have this energy because you were drinking water and your wife's like, hey, you got a lot of energy, you doing okay? Then you're gonna want to be like more positive, like, hey, what's up, baby? And you guys are fucking, People don't look at it like that. They really don't. Like when I was eating lots of fruits, there's a certain point where you hit a natural high, and you're like happy as fuck, and you're laughing and giggling. Why do you think kids, when they eat oranges and bananas, or if they have some watermelon, they're like, they're happy? Just the same effect, right? But it's a natural effect. Versus like kids that you give them candy early as fuck in the morning or in the afternoon, you give them like a soda, they're like, right? They go insane. So it's the same thing. Like my homie Juan from back home, he told me, what do you think that means, right? Because I remember this is when I was like doing my whole like not drinking and trying to do a lot of studying and shit like that. And he came over and he was drinking and shit, and he was giving me props for, being on the good road and all that, So we were talking about the alcohol and the sugars and stuff like that. And he's all like, because I told him, yeah, ever since I stopped drinking, dude, like I've been like nothing but like candy here and there, drinking energy drinks. I was like, and I eat a lot of fucking ice cream, bro. But I would work out hard as fuck to keep my physique because I knew the sugar would, fundamentally like make me fat and shit. And he's like, oh, well, he's like, you gotta think about it. He's like, you know what? He's like, what they both have in common? He's alcohol and ice cream. And I was like, what? He's it's all sugar. He's like, yeah, it has some water in it, like some kind of water and yeast content. He's all, but alcohol is sugar. He's all, especially liquor, it's all sugar. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know that shit, So think about it. When you're a kid and you're drinking a lot of Coca-Cola, like, okay, Hispanics, right? And it's not to be mean, it's just more common to the heritage, right? Most Hispanics are alcoholics, or they drink a lot, or they drink like Jose Cuervo and this and that, right? But where did they start when they were with kids, right? Like at my grandma's in Chino, all we did was drink Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper and all that. And then eventually when you get older, all of a sudden you're fucking pounding 40s, you know what I mean? and realistically, that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's what it really fucking is. Because like when I was looking up, let's see, 28 minutes. Okay, when I was looking up Eric Sanchez, he's a detox specialist. He's on YouTube. I think it's like Raza Living, or I don't know. Just type in Eric Sanchez detox specialist, and it's a Hispanic cat. He's kind of darker than me. He's got like a real full goatee. He's got like maybe some tattoos. He's real young. He must be like 24 by now, but if you pay attention, to him, he's really fucking smart. Like he was saying that most of the time when people they're saying it's a disease, he's like, that's not what it is. It's not like a disease like that. It's your body being at dis-ease. You're not at ease, right? So basically, like what he was saying, he's like, okay, he's all the doctors, right? The doctors will fucking sit here and tell you, oh, it's genetic. Or it's from your heritage and this and that, right? It's genetically based because of your family. So like if your family has diabetes, you're gonna get it more than likely because your grandpa had it, or your grandma had it, or your fucking mom had it, or your dad had it, or your brother had it, or whatever, right? And I never really believed that. Like I knew it was something else when I was younger. I just couldn't put my fucking finger on it. You know what I mean? I didn't have the knowledge at the time. And plus, being young, you're just kind of like, you think a little bit, and then you just kind of, and then you just kind of fuck it off. You know what I mean? Just like everything else, like school, you ditch school, you don't graduate. From where I'm from, you don't graduate. you know. But it doesn't mean that we're dumb. You know, we all learn at our own pace. And when I really think about it, school's all bullshit anyway. You know what I mean? That fucking piece of paper, what? That piece of paper makes you fucking smart? Man, I'm fucking smart as fuck and I don't have that piece of paper. You know what I mean? And I've learned to make it on many fucking levels. Being broke, being on the street, sleeping in my fucking truck, being at the hotel when I got kicked out. You know what I mean? Just shit. You know what I'm saying? Like even if I were to drop dead ass right now, I would know how to survive. I would know how to get out there and get what I need to get. You know what I mean? No, I'm just like, I wouldn't have to go that far. I mean, I might have had to maybe one time. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, I'm not a violent person. Back then I used to be really, really angry. But like I said, I've learned to cultivate and learn to come a long way. I have come a long way, you know? Anyways, so like I was saying, like about the doctor stuff, they'll sit here and tell you it's genetic, but it's not. You know what I mean? But the dude Sanchez was saying the reason why it seems like it's genetic, it's because of the fact that it's the family that are like their culture, right? It's the way the family gets down, right? Which made a lot of sense to the food, right? So like basically, if you really think about it, it's what runs in your family. So like with my family, it was always rice, beans, menudo, pozole, tacos, burritos, right? Sodas. That's gonna give you something. Over time, over accumulation of time, it's gonna give, okay, especially soda. You do a lot of it, you're gonna get fucking diabetes, right? My family ended up getting diabetes. Eating a lot of meats, that has the same shit. It'll clog your arteries and everything. You're gonna get heart palpitations, right? You're gonna get sick. So fundamentally, Hispanics, like in general, that's why they all have the same symptoms. Some people are built stronger in the gut. Some people are built less. So depending on the accumulation of how bad you have it or how hard you're giving it to your body or how young you are, you're going to get sick at some point in time. Now, blacks, not to be racial, because I'm saying Hispanics, blacks, and whites, and Chinese people, I'm going to speak it all out. But I'm saying by the heritage, like with black people, when they eat chicken and they do like watermelon, they do catfish, you know what I mean? They do greens, they eat greens. So they have more vegetable base than we do. We do like that macaroni salad, the carne asada, and you know, all that bullshit. That's why we get sick quicker, because of that heritage shit. And especially doing like tacos and chips and tortillas, like flour-based shit, it's just gonna dry you out. Like corn tortillas, it's just gonna sit there and like take forever to go. It's gonna damage the gut, all those chips and shit, you know? So with the black people, they're gonna be more fundamentally healthy a little longer than we are. But don't get me wrong, they eat the fried chicken, they eat the it's not like just grilled salmon. They do catfish and stuff like that. So a lot of that's like oil-based, grease. So that's why some of them, they get like pain or they have like heart conditions because of the grease. You know what I mean? So over time, that's what happens. So that's why they say, oh, it's genetic, it runs in the family, da-da-da. No, it's the fucking food, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, one family can be eating what you eat, and they won't get sick. But the particular family the same food that you eat all the time, you're going to get sick quicker than they do. It's just your biological chemistry, right? Like blacks in general, they're just quickly, they get cut right away. They work out, boom, they're built. Because you got to think about the ancestries from way back then, especially from the Bible times. Like when you talk about like I think it was like the Philippines, not the Philippines, but the people that were enslaved, like the Moses time, around that time, they were black, you know. I forget who they were. Like I just read it. I read that shit like back to back. Like the Pharaoh, when the Pharaoh was like, oh, he was always ordering people and telling them to do this and do that, and he was a real evil dude. And Moses led them out of slavery. We came from that race, you know what I mean? We were all mixed, like there were so many different types of mix. But like I said, that within the United States, over a course of time, over a course of fucking years, they segregated everything, right? Like they categorized everything. Like, oh, put the Mexicans over here, put the blacks over here, put the whites like this, put them up higher, you know, whoop-de-whoop. Like even the maps are all fucked up. They're not even specifically even what you think they really are, you know? like I said, I've had a lifetime of studying, a lifetime of experience. Like, I've seen shit, I heard shit, I read shit. You know, it took me a long time to get to where I am today. And right now that I've reached, like, I've surpassed a lot of my trainers. I surpassed a lot of my experts, a lot of the people that, you know, told me knowledge, people that I listened to before. Like, I've surpassed a lot of those fucking individuals. And not because I was being on a conceited level or anything like that. It's just I was growing so fucking fast to the point now I've came to this point on right now to tell you what I know and what I'm trying to put out for you to get to understand. You know what I mean? And this shit's for fucking free. Because the truth is free. Like I said, air, love, compassion, you know, thinking for yourself, breathing, especially breathing. Because like I said, if they could, they'd, you know... oh, you owe me money. You know, they would sell air to you, dude. They would. They fucking put it in a bottle and be like, here, $25 with the tax. So, $28.75. I'd be like, I don't want it. Refund. I spit out the air. I don't want it no more. Let me know when you're on sale. You got it on clearance. I want that H2O on clearance. That's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? They tax everything and shit. Like I said, even for your fucking bills. And then what the fuck is the insurance thing? Right? Like, it's just a bunch of bullshit. It's a gimmick. They know how to run the numbers back and forth and all that shit. And it just seems real, and it's not fucking real. Like I said, there's a lot of shit out here that's just really actually a fucking illusion. You know what I mean? Like even a sign, it's ridiculous. They put a sign right there, and it's like stop, and you're like, okay, you know, or you can only go this fast, or did you see that sign? Don't be trespassing over here. Well, why? Am I gonna walk on a landmine or something? You know, it's just ridiculous how they control everything and we don't fucking question any of it. You're just kind of like, okay, however far you want to put it up my fucking ass. You know, like, I don't want to do that, dude. I don't want to fucking bend over and take it up the fucking ass, dude. I'm a fucking real OG. I've been around for a minute, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm going to do what I need to do and then I'm out of here. I'm gliding out of here. Because like I said, I'm real smart. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to complete. But I'm for damn sure I'm not going to bend over and take it up the butt. I've found my ways around certain things, you know what I mean? And the taxes is ridiculous. The whole concept of all of it, you know what I mean? They take all your money. So something was floating in the air from this shit, little pollen and stuff. But they take everything from you. You know what I mean? Like, and it's ridiculous, like how they take all your fucking money, how they take everything away from you, how they fucking push out a lot of shit and tell you, oh, well, you need to do this and do that in order to be successful and this and that. Well, wait a minute, hold on. You're just like me. You breathe the same air, you pump the same blood. What do you really know what is successful? What is successful to you? I'll tell you what is successful, okay? And success is only known through failure. You fail enough times, you're going to be successful, right? A rich man is only rich because he's experienced poor. That's what I learned from the Shaolin dude, Mr. Shahan Lee, because I don't want to be spitting his shit that he spit out, but now I'm spitting it out, but I'm at least telling you who was the one that labeled and talked about it first. So I have a lot of respect for that guy, man. If I can meet him, oh my God, he would put me on a whole different level. Because I'm really wanting to tune into that, and I will meet him one day. I know I will, especially if I'm gonna be immortal. I'm gonna meet a lot of people. I'm gonna hang out with a lot of people, and if the right girl don't come along, in about 5 minutes, I'm gonna fuck a lot of chicks. And I don't really care what I say on here. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be as real as possible. Because I mean, think about it, right? Like if you knew you were gonna live over a century or 2,000 years. What are you really going to do with your time? Are you just going to sit there and think? Or are you going to make moves? Are you going to do what you want to do? You know what I mean? Like, what would you really do? Would you learn over eight different languages? There's so much you can do within that amount of time. You know what I mean? And people are like, I don't want to live forever. Yeah. You're not thinking right, though. You know what I mean? Like, this world is so huge. I really doubt that you can be everywhere and experience everything in 100 years. No, you can't. You can't. The world is so huge. You know what I mean? Even, okay, like here's one example. If you ever laid down with either a booty call or a lover or anything like that, right? And you guys were having a good night, drinking a little bit. You guys already did your thing. You're smoking. And you guys are talking, right? You're like talking. Or even with your woman, right? You could be laying there talking for like a good 40 minutes. And that time, like even in that time of talking or even for hours, right? It was such a good conversation. You pulled so much there and energy and all, you know, it was so fantastic. You kill so much time in that little aspect of something. How could you do the whole world? You know what I mean? Like you're not really thinking about that. I don't think people really think about that. You know what I mean? Or even like if you were to go visit a rainforest, you're going to see a lot of things. A lot of things are going to interest you, and you're going to kill oodles of time. So much time there. Like that's what I'm saying. Like even a lifetime, whatever a lifetime is to you, is never enough to the knowledge that's out there. To the beautiful things that are out there, the stuff that you haven't seen. For me personally, I've never traveled. You know what I mean? Like I was born in Upland. I don't remember too much of that. I was only 2 years old when we pushed out. Went to Hesperia, high desert, right, in California. Then it was Victorville, California. Majority of my life. From there to Chino, right? There is Chino Hills, a couple blocks down, but mainly Chino in the ghetto area where my family lives. Because we ghetto, you know, that's just how it was, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I've been to some rich places, I've been to a couple mansions and shit like that, but I'm saying travel-wise, I've only been there, right? California, up to that way, from Chino and Pasadena, Riverside, Ontario, all that shit, to here, Laughlin, Nevada, Vegas, and Phoenix. That's it. Never been anywhere else in my life. I've never been to New York, I've never been to Chicago, I've never been to Canada, I've never fucking been to Florida, I've never been to Paris. I've never been to Amsterdam. I know so many people that have been to Paris with the French, you know, like all this pictures and shit. And I'm like, you fucking lucky bastards. Like, how the fuck did you pull that off? You know, some people are just fucking lucky, dude. Me, I want to travel. I want to travel the whole world and see some shit I've never seen before. I want to go to Russia. I want to go to fucking Japan. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to the Netherlands. Some other dude was telling me about where I should first go, other than the Wallapies and Golden Valley and all that stuff, because there's property out there you can get. I want to go to I think he said St. George, and then there's this place called Zion. And when I heard that, I was like, that's gotta be something that's gonna end up becoming real, because Zion came on the fucking Matrix when he's like, yeah, Zion, right? I was like, this is some future shit. Only God would know that's the way I think, you know, like shit like that. What's up, baby? Come on, yeah, let me your boy. Huh? You want some more? You want some more? You're so patient. You're so patient. I'm gonna give her some good food. I'm gonna be cooking some chicken legs or whatever. They're just like thawing out or whatever. She's being a good girl. Come here, baby. Well, you being a good girl, huh? Yeah, no, but you show respectful through daddy's little video, huh? Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Give me kisses. Give me kisses. No, you serious? You serious? You serious? Alright, alright. That's my baby right there. Real guard dog. I can't wait till she gets bigger, man. She's fucking fast and she can scrap. I know she can. She just needs more confidence. I'm trying to build her confidence right now. And I'm working there with some other dogs, but eventually when I hang out with my friend Raymond, he can show me some stuff to get her confident, like, because I use dogs. I use other people's dogs to build her confidence. You know what I mean? Like, there's times where she's not even threatened. She's just like what? You know? But then there's times where she don't know what she's doing. You know what I mean? But like I said, she's only 8 months, so she still have a lot to learn. There's only so many hours in the day. So many people that go out that we meet, you know what I mean? I'm not driving right now, but eventually I'm gonna get her out to get into nature and stuff like that, and then we're gonna go hunting too. I'm gonna fucking either make a bow and arrow, I'm gonna buy one, I'm gonna fucking hit a rabbit like, Fah! Sorry, Aaron, but yes, we are gonna kill a rabbit. We'll fucking hit a rabbit, and then she's gonna go and get it, you know? Or I'm gonna train her how to be stealthy. Or maybe I can get another dog that will show her that shit, and they'll fucking wow, because she's trying to eat pigeons and birds, and I'm like, dude, those things fly. You can't fucking catch it, you know. I don't want her thinking that she's not gonna able to ever hunt. You know what I mean? Because she's a blue heeler. They chase cattle all fucking day. They're like farmer dogs. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that they do fucking catch a rabbit or two or kill a fucking squirrel or something. You know what I mean? So by nature, she wants to hunt. So we're gonna do it, especially if I decide to get a camper one day and we're traveling. Like, that's my plan. I'm gonna get a fucking camper. I'm gonna travel and shit, you know? We're gonna do our thing. And maybe one day I'll just crack a beer and be like, fuck it, light a fire, and, you know, she'll be holding down the fort, and I'll be making fairly good money, you know what I mean, anywhere we go. And then when you're traveling like that, and you got your own little spot, like your own camper, people are more than welcome to want to fucking hang out with you all the time, because they're not worried, like, about you staying with them, you know what I mean? Like if you're traveling just to travel and you don't have anywhere to actually stay, they're like, oh, well, this guy's been here for like a week now. Is he ever gonna go home? Like, is he trying to stay here? You know, like, I mean, when you're just meeting people when you're traveling, you know what I mean? You meet all kinds of people, and people love to hang out with people that are traveling. You know what I mean? Especially in foreign countries and shit like that. They love seeing Americans, and they like the way you talk, and they don't know nothing about no slang or whatever. You know what I mean? They don't know certain shit. So to me, that's pretty cool. If I have the camper thing, and man, I know that I'll get all kinds of play, you know what I mean, just for being single, you know what I mean, because ain't nobody trying to claim me, so so I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing all that stuff, you know, and then checking out the agriculture and stuff like that, like the land and fucking, or I don't even know if I said that right, but I mean, pretty much just experiencing life, growing with life, you know what I mean. I just want to see the world. I mean, I've never seen it. You know what I mean? Like, and why sit here and dwell and think about it and never make a move about it? I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I want to do it. I'm gonna make it happen, just like I'm making these videos happen. So, you know, in the long run, you know, if I put my mind to it and I save up enough, I can pull it off. I met a lot of people in my path or on my journey that have been connecting with my thoughts. Like, everything I'm saying right now, they all kind of pretty much talked about it, or we talked about it, you know what I mean? And they're telling me where to go and how to go about it and this and that. So obviously it is in transaction. It's just going to take time. Right now, as a new doors are opening up, whether I could see it or not, you know what I mean? But something's always telling me, like, hey, hang on, take your time, breathe, you know, keep going, you're going the right way, you know? And I'm just trying to listen to that spiritual aspect. And, you know, like, and I don't know about you guys, but if you believe in God or believe in a higher power, He will lead you. You know what I mean? He created you to be, like, in His eyes, you're perfect. You're perfect in every way. You know what I mean? And He only knows your mind. He only knows you very well. So if you ever hear, like, something bad or the enemy in your ear, like, trying to make you feel unworthy, don't listen to those thoughts. Rebuke it and let it go. Because that's not you. You know what I mean? Deep down in your heart, if you know you're a good person, but you keep jacking up and you keep finding yourself jacking up stuff, just try not to. You know what I mean? Just let it go. Let all that pain go. Let all that suffering go. Let all that dwelling, and, you know, like, if you had a boyfriend that passed away, or a girlfriend that passed away, a family member, or whatever it is, whatever that's, like, putting you in misery, let it go. Just let it go. You know what I mean? Let it go and start praying and start cleaning up, no matter how fucking hard it is. Clean up and know that you're worth something. Know that you're worth it in here. You know what I mean? That's the message that I try to put out as well for people, because I know what it feels like to go through pain and suffering and not have anybody there to love you, or if you're looking at the streets, or you're on drugs, or you're over drinking, and, you know what I mean, you're really suffering real bad. Don't let it consume you. Don't let it overpower you. It has no right. It has no legal authority. And that's why it's putting you down, because you're actually worthy of something. That's what that is. That's the negative aspect, taking over one of God's kids. That's how I look at it. But if you're just a real, genuine, evil person, okay, be as genuine as you're about it, you know what I mean? Because you're probably just going to go straight to the lower levels of realm. But to me, I'm not trying to be about that shit. I'm not trying to do that shit. Anyways, I got 49 minutes. I'm going to do a little pump action here, just to get something going. Watch out. Probably do like 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suck it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll drop it here. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10. Oh, 3 shots in 1. So, anyways, I worked out real hardcore earlier. I'm about to get down on it again, but I'm at 50 minutes and 35 seconds. I'm gonna shut it down before the fucking video shuts down on me. I don't have anything to record on it. But yeah, I'll get back to the knowledge. I hope that was a lot for you guys to take in, and maybe you learned something new. And you guys have a great night. If I do come out with another video, I'll just pump it out. I'm gonna download this one, post it on Facebook, and pump it out to anybody that might need it. Whew. Whew. Breathing kind of hard. But you guys have a great night. Love you all. God bless. Hope you enjoyed the video and the content. And don't forget to subscribe and like. Leave a good comment. Alright. Peace out, you guys. Stay strong.